Great news! We have only one more section until we get to the sexy stuff. For now, though, we're going to talk about pre-reading. Now, pre-reading may seem counterintuitive since speed is our goal here, but for any text where it's going to be important to remember detail and structure, we strongly recommend pre-reading the text. This is especially important for dense materials or mixed reading with lots of pictures, such as textbooks. Now, I probably wouldn't pre-read a novel for fear of spoiling the plot, but if I do, I'll look for areas of conversation and dialogue and determine the outline and flow of the chapter. Now, when we pre-read a text, we're taking a few seconds per page at a speed of about 5 to 8 times your current reading speed. We're just looking for titles, subheadings, proper nouns, numbers, words, or things that just don't seem to fit in. When we pre-read, we gain an understanding of the structure of the text, and we build a sort of mental map. We think of, oh, this is interesting. They're going to talk about Buzz Aldrin here, for example. These will serve as temporary markers, and we'll be able to replace them later with much more detailed, high-quality markers when we actually read the text. The Pareto principle, or 80-20 rule that we talked about, which Tim Ferriss loves so much, is very helpful here. We're looking for those 20% of details that give us an 80% understanding of what we're going to be reading, or at least what the text is about. In the long term, once you become skilled enough at creating markers, you'll be able to spot and store high-quality markers even in your pre-reading. This means that when you actually read the text, all you have to do is fill in those 2 to 4 details we talked about for each marker, and you're well on your way. This will take a lot of time, but it's a pivotal skill in speed reading, and it'll differentiate skimming from actually learning the content you're reading at a high level. It's important to note that even though you don't register the text, you are building a map of it and becoming more familiar with it subconsciously, like you begin to understand the layout of a neighborhood, even if you drive through it at 40 miles an hour. Don't get frustrated and don't get hung up on understanding the text. Just build a very rudimentary map or understanding of the structure.